Part 2 in the building.
She's so bad. Hey, welcome back to part 2 of Kicking the Breeze with our hostess, Miss Candace Hyde.
Yeah.
And the topic is, what, Amanda?
Oh, are you tricking for assistance?
Are you tricking for assistance? And of course, you know, the first thing that comes to mind when you hear tricking is, you know, sex, selling your body. Well, that's a question too. Are you doing that? I hope not, but you know what, y'all? So many young girls don't have a problem with selling their bodies today. Right. It's like, it's something, what did Marvin say?
About time.
Well, he's talking to you. But you know, they have so much low self-esteem, and not only that, even it's ingrained in the music.
Yes.
Of today, there's no
you
romance.
can't sell a hamburger without sexual connotation. That's what you see, sex, and then people tell you in show business, sex sells. But if you ignorant to what they actually are saying, you think
it's the way you get it. And what's so sad about that is the churches don't want to talk about it. And the churches have the power to stop a lot of things if we would just open our mouth. Because we know babies don't, you know, come in the basket with the salt bringing them.
You want to hear some sex stories?
The
Boy,
Bible.
you better turn to that VRBLE. You going to be like...
You get raped. Because you get raped. The Dana was out in the field, you know. That was the sister of the brothers of the 12 tribes of Israel, and she was out in the field one day, and she was a virgin, and she was just seeing the town because they had moved in a new place, and one of the princes came and he raped her, and then he thought he was all right, and then he went to her family talking about, the scripture say he loved her so much. You ain't loving me, raping
taking
me.
my stuff.
Yeah.
You see incest.
Yes, that's
Tamar, her brothers raped her. You see the sisters that was the pool. They screwed the whole army, y'all, and they was detailed about it.
A hola, but that's in Ezekiel chapter 23.
Look at him, Father Abraham, Samson, and Delilah. People like
Samson and Delilah, Sarah. When he's talking about Sarah being 90 years old and Abraham being 100, they talking about sex, y'all. So let's just cut to the chase of it and quit trying to be so politically correct, or however you want to say that.
Got here?
Yeah, my mom and daddy did it.
Man, my mama was twerking.
My mama did a young thing.
Your mom didn't do it.
No, my mom.
What happened to your mom?
Maybe she adopted me. My mom did. Not my mom.
You hate to think that your mama and daddy did it, but the reality of it is it's only gross because it's your parents.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't want to think that mama and daddy was getting it in.
That's right. But that's the truth.
But it's called procreation.
He said we call them super freaks.
Quit. Your mama gonna get you.
Yeah.
What? Well, they wasn't
Amanda, you came
freaks.
from Jesus. Boy, don't make me shout. You better know it.
Immaculate conception. It wasn't but one immaculate conception, and that was Jesus Christ. It wasn't Amanda. Marvin, quit trying to get brownie points.
Thank you, PJ.
You will.
For the first time, I thought that was a compliment.
So, when we're talking about, are you tricking for assistance? Ladies, let me tell you.
He almost tricked me.
He did. To be your friend. See, it's so underlining and it's so in your face.
That's right.
And a lot of times people don't even see it.
That's
you know, so ladies.
You got before you even realize it.
Yeah, I mean, and like Candace
said. Your legs
said.
spread and your neck before you even, he got me.
And I don't know how.
But you know how you
your
got
wallet gone.
And I like what Candace said.
That's true.
To the point that we know some of us, our esteem is so low, or you have been beat down so low verbally that you allow yourself to take your, I'm going to make up a word, trickerism, you know, into another relationship.
Trickology.
Yeah, trickology into another relationship.
And turn yourself from being the predator, the prey to the predator.
That's
like,
right.
I'm not going to let that happen to me. Now, I'm going to do that to somebody else.
And that's when a bitter root has set in. Because now you're vindictive.
That's
now
right.
you're saying, oh, he gave me HIV and I loved him, so now I'm going to go
spread it out.
Or one that's so simple in that that's so dangerous. He cheated on me and I gave him my heart, or she cheated on me and she broke my heart, so guess what? I'm going to dog everybody. And you cut yourself off from finding true relationship or true love because somebody tricked you. You were a prey, and the predator mess with your emotions and your mind, so now it's to the point that you want to take it out on everybody. But the truth of the matter is you're shortchanging your own self.
Ooh, disclaimer. Remember that we not only speak from experience, we speak from realism. And this is not a judgment zone. This is a judgment-free zone. And we understand, and we've been hurt, and we've been through some things. And that's why it's easy for us to have some of these conversations because of experience and other things. So don't think when it's like a you, if you get offended by anything that we ever say, you're going to have to take inventory of that own self. And that's okay. That's okay.
And Amanda, I'm glad you said it because I'm 61 years old, and another month and a half or so, I'll be 62 years old. I've seen some things. I've experienced some things.
She's done some things.
I've done some things.
And we've all done some things. We've all done a lot of things, and so you really have to be honest and true about it and talk to people about it. Don't just sit there and absorb that within yourself because just like we're having this conversation now because we know we've all done some things
and we want to
we've
help
been
somebody.
done too. That's right. So it's not a judgment.
And you know what, Candace? You're such a lady. I've watched you. Candace sits like this.
Yeah.
So regal.
And
so
her heels,
regal.
y'all. She prided around the house.
In her high heel shoes. I'm like, Candace, look at me. I'm barefoot in your house. And she's like, oh, and you're just so regal. Look.
She's classy.
I try to be.
Well, it's nothing wrong with that. I think that's what it's true. It's true.
This fool.
What did he say? Quit calling him a nut. What did he say?
If a woman puts a proposal out there, I might think about it.
And that's what everybody does, believe it or not. When there have been...
He thinks somebody want him.
Well, not only that, different types of proposals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's clarify this.
That's what I mean.
Are you
Proposal for
saying
what?
that if you met a woman, you didn't even have to meet her, she called you up and she said, look at here, Marvin, I've been watching you on the Kick and the Breeze show, and I got a proposition for you. I want to give you some of this killer monkey. You gonna think about it and you never even seen her?
That's true.
I mean, would you consider that proposal? Why would you lower yourself to that?
We told you about them open-ended questions.
You left it open, so we jumped in there and we filled in the blanks ourselves.
Sometimes people be cold-blooded when being hurt. Not sometimes. Anybody when being hurt and you in the middle of your healing trying to press your way, you gonna hurt somebody. You angry, and that's just what's real.
And in the long run, you end up hurting yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because if you're sitting up there angry, and the thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you have been in a hurtful relationship, there are triggers. There are triggers, like, for instance, if you were with somebody who was a chronic cheater, and they always cut their eyes when you with them, and you knew that they had a whoring spirit. And because they cheated on you so much, when you get with somebody else, and they could be looking to the side because they're checking out what could potentially be a dangerous situation.
That's right, PJ.
But what you do is you, because you associate that with, something that happened to you prior.
Yeah.
Right.
And so there's so many things, we be laughing and joking, but we are serious about what we say. We just bring a little humor to it.
Yes.
Because there's so many people hurting and so many people who are lonely and lonesome that don't have to be. Just because you got hurt yesterday, and you're no longer with that person, that doesn't mean the person, I would say a month from now or 2 months from now is going to hurt you, but you still have to keep your eyes open.
And a lot of mothers and fathers teach their son and daughters that a man being hurt by a woman. Like, Marvin, you be careful because whatever you went through with your baby's mama, you can pour the negativity of that
into your son and your
daughter. And your daughter. Not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm not saying that, but on a serious tip, Marvin, like you got to be careful with that. And even for the moms, your daddy ain't this, your daddy, you know, like that thing is deep.
You have to be careful not to bring an old relationship into a new one.
That's true.
You got to cleanse yourself of whatever happened in the past, because if you start with somebody else on a rocky foundation, it's nothing good can come from it. Nothing good can come from it if you bring an old crap in.
Yeah.
That's true. And another thing I always think about, and this is what freed me up from being really negative in relationships, even in my marriage, because I realized I wasn't the best person. Mm-hmm. You know, because in my first marriage, you know, there was this cheating and stuff going on. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what, I was married to him, and this is just what's true. Because you have these conversations with yourself. It was like, you know what, I'm not going to be faithful to anybody because I got cheated on.
Yeah.
You know, so what did I allow them to
do? You learned the wrong lesson.
And we begin to call them dogs. And then even when I was in my early stages of being in my relationship with my husband, I used to call him a dog, right? He didn't have to do nothing, say, you dog. And he said, you know, it takes a dog to lay down with a dog. Ooh. And, you know, I mean, that's a
Goes everywhere. Goes everywhere.
I'm just a strong man.
Yeah, he had to fight me back, you know, verbally, because I would be in there. I mean, for real. And I can respect that, because that made me think, I was like, wait, did this just call me a dog? You know, he didn't call me no female, B-I-T-C-H. I called him a dog, and he let me know you had to be a female dog because you got down with me. Them was almost fighting words. And then I remember something else we used to do. So then when I began to get a little sophisticated with my fight, there was a song I would put on. And I would turn music because, you know, I like music. This is sort of funny now, but it wasn't funny when he did it, but it wasn't. And it was a song. It said, are you married? And I'm in the kitchen washing dishes. Sometimes. And then I didn't know he had come in the kitchen and was standing behind me. And then another part of the song, and he said, do you really, really like her? And the man said, and my husband leaned over, sometimes.
That's right.
So it was like, you know, the fighting, we need to get creative in how to handle our disputes as well. Mm-hmm. You know, because you don't have to call one another out of your name. That's some horrible stuff. Mm-hmm. But you can be creative in how you fight back. You know,
that's true.
Fighting fair.
Fighting fair. And sometimes
if you're in a real relationship, you gotta fight fair.
You gotta know how to fight.
If you ain't no real relationship, then
let it go.
So, ladies and gents, we are
booty call. Let it go.
Our 7-minute mark. We have 7 minutes left in this show.
Man,
I know, right? So we may have to come back and do a part 3 and 4. So look, let me read the comments because it's getting juicy in here, and then we can go from there. So Marvin said, Amanda, what realism you've been through? But if I listen to the proposal, it would be for my kids. Boy, Marvin, you need to stop. Amanda, don't hate. Gotta check applications first in the resume. He was talking about when you said, what kind of proposal you talking about, Marvin? Victoria said, Amanda, you looking good, honey. Hey, boo-boo, thank you.
Victoria.
Thank you. Marvin said, I'm just saying I might think about it. Tricking. Hey, Tanya. Tanya's on here.
Hi.
Marvin said, oh, Lord, why Victoria on here? I rebuke you.
He loves Victoria.
The loud and obnoxious is on here now. Oh, my God. Marvin said, Amanda dressed up like an old Janet Jackson.
See, Marvin, I've been trying to keep off of you, and you keep starting stuff.
And true, Pastor, why is the first word is a B?
Yeah, because that's sometimes the only thing you can think. We repeat what we hear. Mm-hmm. We cease to have creativity to come at or learn how to fight in a different way. Like I said, we fight with that music, you know. You don't want to fight too bad with the music. I said one song, we were at the church and it was around the Christmas holiday and we had a DJ. And, he played such good music. And he put on that song, I left home to be with my side people. I had to tell him, cut that off. Because that was finna start a whole lot of fight. You know, you wonder why some songs aren't played in the beauty shop, in the mall, because some songs can trigger some reaction.
And I like that you talk about how to operate on different levels because you can also operate in love in that way.
Yeah.
Like every now and then, if you know you and your partner are into music, like go to YouTube and share a song that made you think about them, and it'll go to their phone.
You know what? That's
very romantic.
Yeah,
that's very romantic.
You thought it said it at the same time.
Nice.
Because with my husband being gone sometimes, I'll go to YouTube and I'll get a song and I'll send it to him. Of course, he try to be strong, you know, but I know I'll be the...
You got to him. You got it.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
You know, so those are little things that we can do. If, like you said, Candace, if you're in a relationship worth salvaging, you have to realize, you have to think about your relationship. What are you getting out of it? Are you getting anything out of it? Are you getting any sex? Are you getting any sexual gratification?
Right.
Are you getting any kind words? Are you getting any financial assistance? Are you getting any uplifting? You know, you have to think about it. Everybody, we're talking about bringing something to the table, and it's not always money. Sometimes it's physical, you know.
Mental, emotional.
Yeah,
it's
all of that.
There's a lot of stability in different ways.
Yes.
That's true.
But
if you ain't getting none of that, you got to do it.
What's that called? The 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
If you like 80% of that person, you can let go of that 20%. You know, it's worth it to stay. Because 80%. But if you ain't getting 50 or 40 or 30,
you got to do it. You got to blank.
You got a coupon.
You got an expired coupon.
Okay. So, and people, for goodness sake, and I think we do have to say this, and maybe we do a whole show on it. Stop looking. I'm so tired of hearing, I'm looking for someone to fulfill me.
No.
You need to be fulfilled already. You need to. I'm already 100%, baby. I'm not getting ready to.
Don't bring me no rent-a-car half full. I got somewhere to be.
That's
I mean, like, that's crazy.
You need to be 100%.
And
nobody else can do anything for you. They can't. You cannot expect somebody to complete you. I cannot stand when people say, you complete me.
The word
you need to be complete. You don't need to be looking for nobody.
No.
You don't need to be in a position to even bring yourself to anybody.
Well, I don't know how to be in a relationship.
But I'm finna give y'all a nugget. I'm finna give you married people a nugget. Ladies, you want to know how to satisfy your husband? I mean, just really just satisfy him till it blows his mind. I'm finna tell you a trick.
Hold on. Okay,
satisfy yourself.
There you go. That's right.
Oh,
satisfy yourself.
Oh,
that's
when you satisfy yourself, then you can satisfy them. You didn't see that coming.
That's the truth.
I gotta be kind of good.
And it's more than just the physical of it.
In every way.
And again, I think we brought this up a couple of weeks. I love when Will said to Jada, outside of all that other drama, I am not responsible for Jada's happiness.
That's right.
And that was strong, and I didn't understand it at first, and it was offensive. And then I said, well, you could be with somebody, and you could try, but you could never make them happy until they decide to be happy. So what is that? That's internal. So I was like, oh, I'm responsible for my own happiness. So then it goes to, what makes me happy?
Yeah,
that's right.
And then you have to realize, and if you've been shaken up or you're offended by some of the verbiage or some of the things that we've said, it's because you need to check yourself.
Check yourself.
And that's not a bad thing. I think, again, words are universal. And when we use the same slang that we would use if we wasn't in front of the camera to relate to everybody, but understand something when it comes to words. The world, humanity has perverted so many important things along the way that when you hear you need to check yourself, the first thing you go into is defense, but not understanding that I need to.
And you know what's so crazy?
That's right.
We will check our outer appearance and not check our inner selves.
Yeah,
that's right.
We'll go to the mirror to make sure our hair is straight, or to make sure our makeup is on right.
Or inside.
Yeah, toe up.
That's right.
On the inside.
My favorite thing I always tell people who are in relationships, whatever, who got problems in a relationship. Somebody told me, don't let your issues become my issues.
That's true.
Those are your issues.
Don't
bring that over here with me. You need to work on that. Now I can help you with your issues, but don't put it on me.
That's true.
Even in a relationship, don't let your issues become my issues.
And you have to stop people from doing that.
That's right.
Because you can have the best intention, and you be in a relationship with somebody, and they're just a sour puss.
Yeah.
And next thing you
drag
know,
you down.
Yeah.
But they mess.
Yeah, and you don't even see it coming.
That's like a clean person getting with an unclean person, and you bury me. You got your OCD, you clean up, but every time you turn around, it's shoes, it's clothes, it's food, it's this and that. Like that's exhausting and that's draining.
It is.
And it makes you angry, and that's fighting time.
That's right. That's another show, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's another show right there.
We are at our exact 5:30 mark, so I want to ask Miss Candace and Miss Judy, can you all please give your lovely closing remarks?
Yes, Candace, we're going to give that to you. And I want to say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, tell us what you like about Picking the Breeze, and then you give us.
Well, you know, I always love watching you guys, and so to be a part of this is really just, you know, it made my day, it made my week, it made my year. You know? And so, but I just love to always be able to sit down with ladies and gentlemen, you know, and just have real, honest conversations. And you can do that whether you're married or you're single or you're in a relationship, out of a relationship. It really doesn't matter. Just be honest about who you are and what you've been through. And maybe you can help somebody.
Yes.
You know, so that's what I really like about this.
Well, you know what? I want to say I love your design. You know,
my God.
It says that you've been traveled.
Yes.
So
this
thank
is
you.
real. This is real.
Yeah, that's like kente cloth.
This
You
is
know.
a mud cloth,
Yes.
and you know a lot of things. A lot of stuff I got myself, but my parents and my grandparents and my aunts and you know, so when they passed away, I got it all. I got a bank account, I got everything else in the house.
But still, it's treasure.
Yes, it is, and I cherish things like that.
It's so wonderful.
When can the men come on there? Marvin, every week you trying to come on the show.
We're going to get you on
He
sooner
said
or later.
we did a great job. We don't need your approval.
Well, thank you, and Candace, we're going to say thank you. And who knows, we might see Candace again. And we might let Candace pick the topic. Oh, Lord.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey. Amanda, what are you doing?
Thank you. Bye.